What did we just watch for the last 7 hours?
I have no idea. I mean, what an incredible, incredible game. Look, over 600 pitches. The four of us are here fatigued. Imagine how those guys feel. But look, the bullpen came in as the perceived weakness of this Dodger team. They were heroic. Obviously, Ohtani on base 9 times and Freeman do what Freeman does.
It was, look, we saw a little bit of everything. Some of it you forgot because it happened 6 hours ago. We saw good defense, bad defense. We saw Ohtani getting on base 9 times, like you said. We saw missed opportunities. We saw great pitching. Everything you'd want to see in a baseball game, we saw it tonight.
We saw 2 games in 1, guys.
We did.
2 games in 1. Offense, defense, pitching. I mean, it seems like even the Dodgers being the team that's a favorite, it seems like the Blue Jays are putting up with the fight. It was a great game tonight. Everybody bring their best to the table, but man, then Dodgers, they got always some way. They always found a way to hurt you.
Last year, after the Freeman Grand Slam in Game 1, it felt like, even though it's Game 1, boy, that's a tough thing to come back from the Yankees. They obviously didn't come back from it. This is a tough one to come back from if you're the Blue Jays. How do they come back from it?
So tough. I mean, we talked about it after Game 1, that sometimes you lose a blowout, and it's so much easier to delete, move on to the next day. Mookie Betts said it in his postgame. But yeah, I thought coming into this game, and we were talking a little bit in the green room, that I thought the Blue Jays, the Dodgers could afford to lose a game like this much more because of their experience, their pedigree. This was a Mike Tyson uppercut, and this is going to be very tough. But look, they've done it all year, but this is a tough one.
This is a heartbreaker. I mean, this is one of these games that if you end up losing this series, you're going to look back on it and say, if we would have only won Game 3. Both teams had their opportunities. But look, that's the mark of a champion. They figure out a way to get it done. Even though, like we said, they left a lot of runners on base, they got it done, and that's what they do.
They usually do in a wild circumstance. Shohei Ohtani, who breaks the all-time record on base 9 times and is pitching in, like, I don't know, a few hours. It was Freddie Freeman who hit a walk-off home run in a Dodgers dramatic 6-5 win. Welcome to the postgame. Thanks for flipping over to FS1. Derek Jeter, David Ortiz, Alex Rodriguez, and I'm Kevin Burkhardt. There were so many things that happened in this game so long ago, Derek. You almost forget all the circumstance to get us here, and then bang, next thing you know, you're in 18 innings and Freddie Freeman hits a dramatic home run.
Come on, man.
Let's bring over Dave Roberts. Why not? Dave's going to come on in, see if he still has any voice left after talking his way through this one. And so Dave will sit down and Dave, it's late. How you doing, man? Wow, what a win. What a win. Unbelievable. Dave, it is crazy that 7 years ago, also Game 3 here at this stadium.
I know, Max Muncy told me.
That is unreal, right?
Unreal.
I mean, really is.
Who had the call? We're gonna. Oh, it's not. We're gonna play again tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna play again tomorrow.
Today.
Today.
I'm curious though. With the Marine layer, it felt like coming in. We had a couple balls, right? Will thought his was gone. Teoscar looked like that could go. Did you think that someone was going to have the strength to get it out of here tonight?
You know what? I didn't know, man, and that could go down as one of the greatest games of all time. Or, it was ugly there for a while there. But it's one of those things that I do believe that the 2 best teams in baseball are playing in this series, and the 2 toughest teams. There's a lot of character right there, and you saw what Lauer did. You saw what Will Klein did. We had Henriquez, who was an A-ball last year. He's pitching huge innings. Robleski, and obviously Freddie being Freddie, but sign of perseverance. Huge freaking ball game. I'm trying not to curse right now.
It's late.
We're okay. You can do whatever you want.
Doc, let me ask you a question. I mean, you got to be so proud of this unit. I mean, this is one of the best wins of Dodger history, you got to say. But talk to me a little bit about Freddie. I mean, the guy, he's been jumping a little bit, whatever, and here he comes. He almost hit another one. He hit 2 hard balls before that. Tell me what this means to you and this team, what Freddie means.
He's the glue of our ball club. I think that every team needs a captain, a glue guy, a leader, a guy who does it the right way, and everyone can follow suit. And, he's not swinging the bat as good as he always has. But you know what? 8, 9, 10 at bats. He still kind of sticks his nose in there, used a big part of the field, and took a lot of good swings tonight. And we thought last year was the biggest swing in Dodgers history with Gibby, and he's pretty much topped that one too.
Doug, you play in the big league for a long time, and you have been able to manage a lot of great players. Have you ever seen anything like Ohtani before?
You know what, I'll tell you this, and playing with you, there's no bigger clutch player in the postseason. I play with Barry, but to see Schneider walk here with nobody on base to make sure he doesn't beat him, I've never seen anything like it. Certainly in the postseason, and this guy's going to be pitching later today, and that's what's crazy. But just good at bats, and you knew that he was going to do something special tonight, and John was going to make sure he didn't kind of finish the game, and thank goodness we got Freddie Freeman in our lineup too.
I want to talk to you about your starting pitchers. We were joking the other day, and I said, you look much younger this year. You're sitting back. Sitting back in your seat.
I mean, what Alex is eating.
You don't even get up. You just sit there and let them do their thing. But how much do you appreciate what your starters have not only just done in this postseason, but just knowing every single day you have a guy on the mound that can shut the other team down?
No, it's great. And, the great Joe Torre said, just keep me out of it, Let me just sit back and eat my seeds and chew my gum. But you know what? Our starters, Derek, have been fantastic, and they're just giving us length. And, it's nice when you have a starter every single night, you feel like you got a good chance to win the baseball game. And that's what we have. And, there's been a lot of talk about our bullpen. They haven't been doing the job, this, that, and the other. But those guys stepped up, and even Clayton Kershaw getting one of the biggest outs tonight, right?
Awesome. That was
and
awesome.
He was up for 3 innings, and for him to come and get that huge out. So the starters, the whole pitching, the run prevention, and those pitchers picked our hitters up tonight.
I want to ask you, what's fun about the World Series, obviously there's so many superstars here, but you always have a hero that maybe America has never seen before. So Will Klein's been traded 3 times in a calendar year. Most pitches ever threw in a game was 36. You're sitting back watching this tonight. What are you watching? What are you seeing, especially that last inning gutting through?
I'm watching growth. I'm watching, maturity, and, he's arrived. And, you can say whatever you want about, the baseball card, what he hasn't done, but you can't quantify what's inside, right? And he was not looking to come out of the game. He knew he was the last man standing. And so he stepped up huge, and he's a hero. He's not an unsung hero. He's a hero. And another guy on 1 day's rest, you saw that guy in the bullpen. Yeah. This is Yamamoto saying, I want the baseball. I've had 1 day's rest, and he was going to come out for the 18th, 19th, 20th inning, whatever it was. But he was ready for that too. So it took everybody on the active roster to win 1 baseball game, and it's something special.
Dave, we'll let you go catch your breath, but Shohei's good to go tomorrow?
Shohei's good to go. Cramps and all, he's going. He's pitching.
Wow, unbelievable.
Hey, listen, I heard you guys have a lot of good bedroom in there. Are you sleeping here or are you going home?
No, you know what? One thing I said is I am never going to sleep at the ballpark. Hey, when I have to sleep at the ballpark, then it's time for me to move on. So I'm going to go home.
I got to be here early. Can I sleep in your office?
Yeah, I got an outhouse for you. I put my dog and other people, that company that I don't like, I stick them out there. All right, fellas, thank you so much.
Enjoy it. You're the man. Appreciate it. Dave Roberts, manager of the Dodgers. Wow, what a win. What a win, and great stuff for Dave. You see the emotion, the energy with him. He's just like, wow, what just happened, right? There's so many things that were so wild and so cool about tonight. You have you guys are talking about, you have a guy who made playoff history, tied major league history, most times on base 9. It's been done rare before, never in the playoffs. The dude is starting on the mound for you the same day, later today. Not even sure how to put that into words, really, but it's just incredible. And like Dave said in the interview, they're walking him with the runner on in extra innings. You would never do that in a playoff game.
Usually the day before, the starting pitcher is at home probably in the 5th inning, probably not in the World Series, but during the regular season, getting his rest, getting his massage. He's certainly not on base 9 times with 2 home runs and, trying to steal bases. I know what Doc said, Papi. I wouldn't be surprised if Doc switches Snell tomorrow and pitches Ohtani on Game 5 because they won 2-1. I don't think he even has the luxury of that choice if they're down 1-2. But 2-1, you got to protect your big guy. You never know.
Right.
Yeah, you never know. But the other thing, though, when they asked Ohtani, he said he'll be ready tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? So
he hasn't woken up yet.
Yeah, but does anything he do surprise you?
No.
Absolutely nothing. So yeah, it does make sense if they were to flip-flop him, but who knows? But one thing I do want to mention, Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
What a moment that was there for him to come in with the bases loaded, 2 outs in a tough situation. First time he's ever pitched in a extra inning game in his career, and to get that big out, man, I was pulling for him. I was pulling for him hard.
I was so happy for Kershaw getting this out right here, being as his last season, retiring after this season. I mean, he came in and got that out. That was magical right there. But going back to the Soyo and Ohtani, getting on base that many times, and remember the whole talk about Ohtani is how many hours he like to sleep to be able to perform the next day.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, he might sleep here at the stadium tonight.
Hey, Papi, you remember in 2004, we played some marathon games back-to-back in Boston. I remember, now, Ohtani is different, Derek, but I couldn't even walk to my room because of the scar tissue, and you're so sore. I know you were sore as well, but I'll tell you, this might be the most impressive thing. Getting on base 9 times, coming back in less than 24 hours, and starting pitching, wow.
Getting on base 9 times, trying to steal a base. He's not just coming tomorrow to pitch and sit on the bench between innings. He's still going to hit too.
And hit, yeah.
So that's what I'm happy that the whole world gets a chance to see it.
Shohei Ohtani's last 2 games at Dodger Stadium include 5 home runs, being on base 9 times today, throwing a 2-hitter, and striking out 10. That's the last 2 times he's been at this place.
That's pretty good. Kevin, can I ask you?
It's unbelievable.
I know I don't get serious much, but I want to ask the team a serious question.
Please
There
do.
we go.
Kevin, you're first.
Okay.
Is this the World Series or the Little League World Series? Because he's certainly making it look like that. I mean, who the hell hits 2 home runs, 2 doubles, on base 9 times? Oh, and by the way, he's a starting pitcher tomorrow.
All I have to say is I'm glad I'm living this moment.
Yeah, but you're 100% right. I mean, you see this in Little League. You know, when you play Little League and there's always the kid that's 6'1" when he's 12 and he dominates everyone. That's what Ohtani's doing. I haven't seen anything like it before.
You know, there's so many people to give props to. You know, Will Smith caught 18 innings of this game.
Ooh.
And I know he's going to play tomorrow because he's a beast and it's a World Series, but like that's not easy. You don't have a lot of time to sleep. You got to hydrate yourself. I'm sure take a bunch of IVs. Derek, that's an impressive performance. You know, as much as we love Kirk, he was subbed out of this game for pinch runner eons ago.
I was struggling watching for 18 innings.
Yeah.
Imagine behind the plate, he took the foul ball off his forearm. Look, I thought he hit the home run to end the game. I don't forget
So
what
did
inning.
he. So
did he, right? I don't forget what inning it was, but he's been, with an exception of now of Ohtani, you know, the last couple games, he's been their most consistent hitter this postseason.
What impressed me,
and most of the year too. I'm sorry, Papi.
Absolutely, yeah. No, what impressed me the most about the Dodgers is how deep they are, pitching-wise, player coming out of the bench. I mean, it seems like they always have a secret weapon to pull out. They had a wild card always there to check in. And like we say, Dave Roberts, he's the one manager who's just sit down and watch. Because he know what he got. He know what he got going on. And watching Freddie Freeman hitting that ball, it just brought me flashback. Like it seems like we never left the moment from last year. Watch this right here. Is this last year or this year? Look the same, Kevin. This guy is incredible. I mean, you never know when these guys are cold or when they're gonna get hot because they go from struggling to pull this right here. That's what greater players are all about.
And Papi, I couldn't agree with you more. And you know, we got to give some flowers to Dave Roberts. I mean, he looks calm, cool, and collected, and we've been kind of joking around that he reminds us of Mr. T, Mr. Joe Torre. But he gets paid. excuse me. He gets paid for what he did the last 9 innings. Right? He pushes every button. He knows this roster better than anybody, and he's calm, cool, and collected. But he's pushing all the right buttons, and he's being a great manager.
Freddie Freeman now one of 4 players with multiple walk-off homers in the postseason. Freddie, you, Correa, Bernie.
Wow.
That's
what a list.
That's some list. And Freddie Freeman's on it. Just incredible. He goes down. He's already goes down in Dodgers lore and a Hall of Famer, but he just keeps adding to it now. We talked about Will Klein. I think even Dodgers fans are like, Will Klein, for the most part. What a performance from him. He's with our Ken Rosenthal.
We're here with the hero, Will Klein. Will, what was it like inning after inning, just enduring through that game?
I don't know. I don't know how I kept going, but I just knew like every inning I went out there was going to be another zero, and if I had to keep going out, there were going to be more zeros put up. So it was just, everyone had worked their ass off to get here, and I wasn't going to be the one that put that to waste. So
how shocked were you just to be part of this after not even being on the roster before the World Series?
I mean, I was sitting at home in Arizona like the last month, like this is crazy just to get to go to Toronto and then be at it and then get to pitch even that first game. I never thought this would happen, so it's just stayed in it mentally, and good things happen.
That fourth inning, how tired were you?
I wasn't. Could have kept going.
Well, congratulations. Thank you.
That was great. That was great. So tired. He had the help come out and kind of get the stuff out of his cleats. And Derek, I can't remember. We were all sitting watching the game. If it was you, who said maybe just get a breather right there, kind of catch his breath, right? Because I mean, he doubled the most pitches he'd ever thrown in a game. It's just so cool because it's a stage that he never thought he'd be on. He was added to the postseason roster. He said he was home. He was traded 3 times, and boom, he's a huge hero.
I tell you what, the Dodger fans that didn't know him prior to this game will never forget him, because that is outstanding. For him to go out there in this pressured situation and put up 0 after 0 after 0 and ultimately give his team an opportunity or a chance to win the game. He deserves a lot of credit. He was out there for a long time. He had no beard when he started pitching.
So true. And let me tell you, he pitched an incredible game based on keeping those Blue Jays off of balance. He was dealing with a fastball, missing with a breaking ball. He was locating his pitcher, north, south, left, and right. I mean, the guy did an incredible job, and just to keep his ball club fighting through it so they can get that win towards the end of the game.
Yeah, look, he had these, 55,000 people here going crazy. They were phenomenal. No one went home to the last, to that Freddie home run. But they know who Klein is right now. They're jamming up the Dodger website trying to buy his jersey. It was a great moment for him, and one that he'll never forget as well.
Let's try that again. Are where they are. It's been a long night. What can I tell you? Game was a long one. You see, no place like home for Shohei. Game 4 the last time. Game 5, A-Rod called it. A-Rod predicting the 2 home runs tonight. Well done, Alex, with the crystal ball.
Well, you got in the lottery, man.
Seeing into the future. Maybe we should play the lottery. Here is the future for all of us. It's not going anywhere. It's really disheartening at 1 in the morning, whatever time it is. Got to tell you, that's a tough pill to swallow. But Dodger fans don't care, because it's 6-5, 18-inning win. That's all they care about. Good to see you. Glad you're with us and staying up late with us tonight after a wild 18-inning Dodger win. Tomorrow, or later today, I keep saying that, it's today. It's a Game 4 matchup. Shane Bieber on the mound for Toronto. Shohei Ohtani, yes, he will pitch. He said he's going to pitch. Dave Roberts told us he is definitely going to pitch tomorrow. And so that is the matchup. And I think there's a lot of angles to this. Obviously, how's Ohtani going to do after playing a 7-hour game and then pitching the next day? And I think how's the mentality of the Blue Jays after taking, as you said, Alex, an uppercut, how they try and respond from that and, try and get back in the series.
Kevin, I've never ran a marathon, but I have friends that have, and it's going to feel a lot like that tomorrow. I think for the Blue Jays, not having Springer could be a big issue.
Yeah.
I mean, he means so much to them. I think this game tomorrow, especially 4 and 5 fellas, is going to be more about conditioning, both mentally and physically, versus talent. Who can come out tomorrow and have a big bounce in their step, especially early in the first 3 innings?
It would have been good for the Blue Jays to win this game based on wasting all their pitching. Bieber had to come in at his best tomorrow and hold that offense back for at least 6 innings if they want to win tomorrow. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what you said about conditioning, the only good thing, the positive for the Toronto Blue Jays is most of their starters were out of the game. Right, they didn't play a lot.
That's true.
You know, they were out. Kirk was out. Springer got hurt, obviously, which is unfortunate to see. But a lot of their guys were out of the lineup the later innings. So it's just a tough one to bounce back from, man, because you're going to look back and say this was our opportunity to steal a game here, and it got away from you. So we'll see how they respond tomorrow.
I know Shohei's superhuman. You know, we all know that. We've seen it now multiple times in the last 2 games here. But how does it affect him tomorrow? I mean, this is a long night. Even if he was intentionally walked a million times, to get out on the mound and pitch, he's been so lights out. What do you think from him tomorrow?
You know, I was talking to some of one of the ushers back here, and we were just having a conversation. He said, well, Ohtani hasn't done anything. I said, obviously you haven't played before, because playing a 6-hour game, being on base 9 times, trying to steal a base, hitting home runs, the torque, the movement, you're going to wake up with tremendous scar tissue. You're going to wake up very sore. If he can pull that out, I mean, I've run out of things to say about
Dave
Ohtani.
said he was cramping, too. Remember, he tried to steal. He got caught stealing early in the game. When he was on and later in extra innings, he did not go.
Yeah.
And assuming the cramping was a part of it.
I tell you what, Ohtani's doing this right now. 10 hours. I'm sleeping 10 hours, and I'm coming ready tomorrow. This is the World Series. I'm going to give everything I have to get the Dodgers another ring. That guy is a monster. That guy is a beast. That's how he counts his hours of sleep.
No, he's running out of time if he wants 10 hours. He better get going.
You know, you asked the question, how does he feel? I don't know. I've never pitched before. You know what I mean? We know how we felt after playing a game at short, at third, at DH, long, because we played long games against each other. And you wake up and you feel it.
No, your body
now,
feel beat up.
To get ready to go out and pitch a major league game on top of that, I don't know.
Gee, you played in New York in your early days, 21, 22. How'd you do it without any sleep?
You know how I did it? I didn't pitch. That's the thing. I didn't pitch. I only had to play one side. Yeah.
I have an idea.
I like it.
What do you got?
What do you got?
I will just pitch him tomorrow.
Oh, and not hit him.
Not hit him.
That's interesting. Manager Papi, I like that.
Just to take it easy on the guy. I mean,
well,
I'm at text day down right now.
You pitch him and not hit him.
I don't know, man.
He won't be a manager for
I didn't say it was a good idea. I say an idea.
It is an idea. You're right about that.
I think that idea sucks.
Yeah. Oh, man. As the tweets come in from Dodger fans.
Here's Shohei. A single
Just
game
an idea.
regular post. It was an idea. You're talking about 9 times reaching base. So this is any baseball game in the history of the world. Stan Hack, Max Carey, Johnny Burnett. It's obviously never been done in the postseason. It's been a long game, nearly 7 hours tonight. Took the Dodgers before they got that win. And, you know, listen, in that kind of time, you see a lot of changes in folks, like with Big Papi over here, right? This is Big Papi at the beginning of our pregame show. And after.
I look like Morgan Freeman right there. Look at me, man. Look at that guy, man. Morgan, what's up?
It's a peek into your future right there, man.
My goodness, man.
Think we'll still be doing this show when you look like that?
Probably. You never know. They're still getting the cash, man. I will.
That's true.